Alright guys, so today we're going to go through how we've been making our grilled oysters here. We always start out making the butter first. That's what's giving all the flavor of the oyster and putting everything in it besides, just plain old oyster that you're going to eat. So we're starting with 2 cups of softened butter. If you have a food mill, that's going to be the easiest way in the world to do this. You can also do this by hand in a stand mixer, really however you feel, but when you have the tools, you may as well use them. So that butter is softened because even with the tools, let's be nice, you got a 1/4 cup of chopped parsley right in there, along with 2 cloves of garlic. I went ahead and pre-minced these just for ease of use. With a food mill, you can get away without, but I put it in before the butter just to make sure it really gets that good chop. You've got a tablespoon of Old Bay and a timer going on because, a bunch of things going on. So that'll go right in there along with a tablespoon of Worcestershire and 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Once you've got all that in there, real easy, pop your top on. Make sure you have it plugged in first. And my machine's not working today. So on some of these machines you're going to discover that don't do this at home. And you're going to find you might get a little bit stuck to those sides there, especially in one of these larger food mills. But all you really need to do is grab a rubber spatula. Yours might have a melted handle like mine. Yours might still be straight, depending on how nice you are to your stuff. Just go ahead and get everything else right back in there, and just give it one more good blend to make sure it all mixes. Again, don't override safety features at home, kids. And that's what you're going to wind up with. Just a nice, smooth, consistent whipped butter there. We're going to take it around our grill over here. And we've gone ahead and pre-shucked our oysters today, once again, just to make this kind of smooth on everybody. All you have to do is plunk those on your nice preheated grill. Go ahead and make sure your flames are nice and high there. If you're using a charcoal grill at home, of course, just make sure that you've got a really good heat base going on underneath. Go ahead and get those oysters on the grill. Grab that butter that you just made, and just plunk a little bit right on top of each other while they're sitting there. More than fine to go a little bit over. It may overflow, but hey, that's the joy of a grill. You just sort of let that stuff go, and it'll just burn off for you. Make sure to keep it nice and square on top of each of those oysters as well. Don't be afraid of that flame and that smoke. That's all just fine. That smoke's just going to soak right into those oysters and give them some good flavor there. And because these are already opened and already cooking down so quick, it won't take them long at all. Butter starts to bubble and you start to lose a lot of the liquid from the inside. You'll see they go nice and gray, just like a cooked oyster normally does. And you can always just top it with a little bit more of that butter after it's done, in case any of it burned off on you. guys, there we have it. Just served over some greens to kind of keep them nice and level there. Now, for those of you who have never shucked an oyster before, we know that can be a little bit of a scary thought. But there is one fun trick. You take these guys and just pop them right on your grill, still closed. They'll cook and steam right inside their shell, and as soon as they're cooked, that top will just pop right open. Now be careful, they do tend to spit a little bit. You might get a shard that'll fly off there because of the heat, and you can't really top them in the butter first, but it does work as an end around if you're a little bit nervous about trying to use an oyster knife. That's about all we got for you guys. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day.